Good morning, and welcome to our new Female Entrepreneur series. From Wallet to Wealth is a brand created to speak to women to help mentor, educate, and inspire women to lead empowering lives. Last year, we did 7 events. The 7th event was our inaugural annual Wallet to Wealth dinner event, where we had 8 fabulous female entrepreneurs share how they found advantage in their adversity. These female superwomen stood up during November Women's Abuse Prevention Month and helped us to raise $15,000 for Halton Women's Place. Today, I am thrilled to introduce a fabulous woman who I've met only on Facebook so far, but she's been an incredible, she's an incredible vibe. She's a positive vibe, and I'm just thrilled to have her. So this is Elvira V Hopper, and she talks to us about changing your vibe, which changes your life. Welcome.
Thank you, Whitney. This is amazing. I am so grateful to be here. And I'm just on Facebook right now trying to share this so that I can get it on my page as well. So you'll have to excuse me as I do that, but it hasn't come up yet. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Oh, here we go. Okay, you've tagged me. Okay, now I'm going to share it. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Yes. This is the way it works today, guys. Okay, so share now. Perfect. Yay. Okay.
Yes, so thank you for joining us and being a guest speaker with, I'm just so excited to hear your message. So welcome.
It's exciting to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And I've got some friends that are joining. So I just want to shout out to all my friends, including Janet Shore, one of my favorite people. So shout out to her. I know she's like, oh, I'm so excited for you. Good luck.
That's so great. And too bad we didn't meet you last year, but that's okay. It's never too late. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. And so one of the things that we've been talking about lately in Wallet to Wealth is intergenerational trauma. And how these create limiting beliefs. And this is what I love about you, because you and I are on the same level when it comes to limiting beliefs. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start Wallet to Wealth, is to really help women to get out of this spot. So talk to us about your experience and your parents, how their limiting beliefs came into your life and what it did to you.
That's a great question. So yeah, limiting beliefs are everything because as a coach, I'm a miracle mindset coach. I help people to undo what they thought they were so that they can become who they truly are. And what does that look like? Well, it means that the things that your parents told you as a child, the things that they said you were, the things they said you weren't, all those things, they do, get into our DNA. And in fact, there's a lot of people say that, I think it's like 7 generations of trauma and mindset can actually be in your DNA. And we need to do the work to undo that. And so this is what I believe, that we are here to really get out of our own effing way, as I say. I have actually a little tagline. And my story is that I became a professional jazz singer at the age of 51, and you'll hear my story afterwards. I hope we have time to talk about that. But it's about getting out of your own effing way to live your miracle life, your true life, your authentic life, the life you were brought here to do. Not living the past, the generational traumas and self-limiting beliefs, but living your truth. So my little tagline is this. And so like I said, became a professional jazz singer at 51. Did a show, and the next day I woke up and I had this great tagline I had worked on with my coach. And the next day I woke up and I said, oh my gosh, I have this great tagline, but I'm a singer. I'm going to sing my tagline. So here's how it goes. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Get out of your own effing way. Your miracle life. Oh wait, yeah, jazz hands. So really. It is about, getting out of our own fear and ego. And those are the things that keep us small and stuck, or too big for our britches. But there's another place we can live, and that's our authenticity zone. And that's what I teach. That's what I preach. That's what I live every day. It's what saved my life. And so I say that, you know, whatever mindset you have that's keeping you small and stuck, or I got this, I'm all that in a bag of chips, we can choose to let go of it, because it is, chances are, caused by our generational trauma, by our parents' mentality, by what they wanted for us. And we can choose to live our truth instead. So it's a choice. It's a conscious choice. And those of us that are on a conscious path, we get that, and we can do the work so that we become who we truly are, not who our parents told us to be, and who our grandparents told us to be, and, you know, who even society told us to be. So this is where the work comes in. And I know a lot of amazing people, and some of them are on this feed. I know Janet Shore is doing the work, where we are undoing what we thought we were to become who we truly are. And for me, I was told that I had to be a good little Catholic girl, get a good job, and get into a good career and find a good husband. That was the mindset. And I was always a singer. I was always an entertainer as a kid. And I went to see this jazz show, and I was the only kid in the audience. It was this bizarro situation. And I watched these beautiful women on stage singing and dancing and acting, and beautiful clothes and makeup. And I fell in love with them. And I was this like rotund little Italian 11-year-old in the audience. And afterwards, I said to my daddy, because he worked downstairs and this cabaret show was going on upstairs, I said, Daddy, I want to be one of them when I grow up. And you know what my dad said, Whitney? You can't be one of them, because those women are sluts.
Oh, bad.
I was shut down. I wasn't allowed to desire my desires anymore. You see, in his family, he was an incredible singer. He could sing like Pavarotti, but his job was to become a good provider, a father, and a husband. He could never do his art professionally. His sister was an incredible opera singer. She was on world-class opera stages. When she got married, Whitney, she had to hang up her opera gown and put on an apron, and she never sang again on a world-class stage. So guess what? I was dealing with that, and that's what allowed me to become who I wasn't for so long, because I wanted to please my family. I became a lab technologist. I worked at Princess Margaret Hospital in cancer research. Then I became a pharmaceutical rep, where I was an award-winning 6-figure earning pharmaceutical rep for many years. And those two things weren't me. I was living out of alignment. I was an imposter, and I was people pleasing. I was being what my parents wanted me to be. Because you see, when I was told that I couldn't be one of those women up on the stage, an entertainer, a singer, a dancer, the irony is that I have become both of those things. I was told I couldn't do those things. I said, okay, who do you need me to become so you will love me? That's when the people pleasing started. That's when the imposter started. So I was trying to fulfill that family mindset, to be a good girl, to get a good job and all those things, but I wasn't being me. So my last 2 years of my corporate rock star job, I say in brackets, because I wasn't, I felt like a piece of crap on the inside. I suffered a blessed breakdown for 2 years. Depression, anxiety, panic disorder. I was being bullied as an adult. I had addictions, big and small, because it was my wake-up call out of this inauthentic life to live my truth. And when I did that, Whitney, that's when the miracles started happening. That's when I became a jazz singer at the age of 51, and I work on world-class jazz stages with Juno award-winning artists. And I've created my album live at the Jazz Bistro, which is a world-class jazz venue. And I say that not to brag. I say it because these are the miracles that can happen when we get out of our own effing way and simply do what we were brought to the planet to do. And so my biggest mission right now, and vision for the world, is that we all live aligned and authentic lives, that we live our truth. Because when we do that, our mental health can fix itself. I never went back to my depression, anxiety, panic disorder, adult bullying, and suicidal ideation at my lowest, when I said, give me a way out of this hell, or give me a way of killing myself. Well, guess what? I got away, and now I teach it to the world through a beautiful system called the Elvira V transformation. And it's facilitated by amazing light worker leaders around the world. And basically it's about getting into aligned and authentic lives. because when we do that, everything else falls into place. And I've seen people get authentic. One of my favorite clients, she was a singer on the inside too. And she was inspired when she heard that I did my album at Jazz Bistro. And she hired me right after that. And a couple of months into our coaching, I remember saying to her, you know what? You need to be on stage with me at Jazz Bistro on July the 16th. This was March the 16th, I think. So she had a few months, and she starts crying and she goes, oh my God. She goes, I can't believe you offered me that. And I have no idea what this woman sounded like. But Spirit told me, because Spirit just uses me. I'm just a channel. Spirit said, you need to bring her on stage with you. And I offered that to her. And she said, last night I wrote in my journal what it is that I really, really wanted. And one of the things was, I want to be on stage with Elvira at Jazz Bistro. And I offered it to her the next day on our call. Oh. So anyways, the bottom line is, I had no idea what she sounded like. I just knew that she had a right to be there because she wanted to be there. And so she came on stage with me, and it was a surprise to me. She sounded like an angel. She was wearing a sari and she sang jazz in Hindi. And let me tell you, when she was able to stand on a world-class stage and sing jazz, because she was also a singer on the inside, that's why she hired me, because she knew she had it in her as well. When she was able to do that, Whitney, her whole life transformed after that. When she had the courage to do that one thing that she always wanted to do, everything fell into place. She left a spouse that she wasn't happy with. Her relationship with her child got better. She ended up getting a new business, a show online. Like, this is a woman that was playing small and stuck. But when she was able to have the courage to get out of her own effing way, she came to life. And so this is what I believe happens. We can help ourselves when we get aligned and authentic. We can help ourselves with our health, with my relationship with my husband. When I was living out of alignment, oh my God, I was a crap magnet. Our marriage was a shit show. Excuse my language. It was awful because it was, I was living out of alignment and my ego was constantly triggered. And I thought that, he was the problem and I made him the problem. And so I wasn't doing the work on myself. And so when I ended up, having the blessed breakdown for 2 years, leaving that life to live my truth, our marriage miraculously got better. And then I encouraged him to do his work by just being who I truly was, because for many years I tried to get him to do his work and he always rejected it. Like, I did all this personal development, he was not interested. But when he saw me truly get aligned and authentic and live my truth and live my dreams and just be happy and healthy and no more depression, anxiety, and panic, he's like, okay, I need to get some of this too. And when he did that, oh my God, our marriage is heaven on earth. We just celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary last week.
I saw that your 31 years. So let me jump in here so the viewers can understand. So 2 things here. One, there was a transformation. So for people listening, it's very important to hear what Elvira just said, is that she went through a very dark period in her life. And this happens to many people. We hear about it a lot and we don't understand, and we think that it's the end, and it may not be the end. It may actually be the beginning. And this is what we had last year with some of the speakers, like Kelly Childs talked to us about a dark period in her life and how she became, a huge success at the age of 49. So for people that feel that they're in a rut, or that they're not in their authentic self, meaning that they're not using their God-given talents. For me, I call it my niche. I know that pain, and I didn't hit my niche until I was 32. And when I was 32, I felt like I was 90. I felt like I'd lived 2 lives trying to get to my niche. So this is what Elvira is talking about, is that, it's not living a congruent life. So my next question, which really carries into what you were just speaking about, the adversity you experienced has brought you terrific advantage. So in other words, if you didn't know the dark, you would not know the light. So, and somebody who has experienced this is a good leader, is a good teacher, is a good person to be around, because we become like the people we hang around with. So if we hang around with people with a negative vibe, it brings it brings our vibe down. I just want to quickly say, Elvira, the other day, and I know I sent you a message, because I was reading some stuff on Instagram that was just horrible. It was enough for me to want to delete my account. I don't use Instagram very often, but the trash that was going around in that, with judgment and everything, and then you popped up, and then it was just like dark to light, and it was like, I am going to listen to this woman, and I don't want to hear that trash, that naysayer stuff that doesn't do a thing for us and just pulls other people down. So just be very careful what you're listening to. So the rest of my question here is that how it's brought you to terrific advantage of living an aligned and authentic life. You changed your vibe. So can you just share a little bit deeper about just so that the listeners can understand, like, we're hearing that you've got all of this greatness now, but we need a little bit more deepness of, like, how did you get from here to just here? Before you got to here, how did you just get that first step in there, so that we can all learn how to, what I had, to get that trash out of my head, to just hearing something from you, like, it just raised my vibration that day.
That's so beautiful. First of all, thank you. You make me cry with saying that. You know what? That is, I believe we're all here to serve the world in our own unique way. And we are here to truly, fully express ourselves with all our gifts, all our passions. And the world needs those things, because there's a quote by Henry David Thoreau that says, "Don't ask for what the world needs. Ask for what makes you come alive, because the world needs people who have come alive." And that is the work that we're here to do, to figure out why we're here. Oprah has another one of my favorite quotes. She says, "Our purpose is to connect with our purpose and to humbly serve the world with it." So I believe that, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And so we need to connect with those things that make us come alive, because when we do, we are alive, and people need us that way. You picked up my vibe on Instagram because this is the truth. This is who I am. I can't fake this. I lived my life fake for so many years to please my parents, to please society. I was an imposter. I struggle with mental health issues, addictions, big and small, overeating, over shopping, getting attention from strangers because I felt so worthless, and I needed people on the outside to tell me I was valuable because I didn't value myself. So anyways, I lived like that for so many years. I got bullied as an adult because when we live out of alignment, we're like a freshly planted tree. We don't have deep roots, and any wind can blow us away. Mental health, bullies, addictions, like, that's how we live when we're out of alignment. But when we shift to becoming aligned and authentic, we're like solid oaks, Whitney, and we have deep roots, and no wind can ever blow us away. And so we need to get to that place where we are solid oaks, aligned and authentic solid oaks. And so, how did I get there? Well, when I hit my rock bottom, which was after 2 years of being adult bullied at work, and I attracted another bully socially, and I lived like that, being treated badly, because you know what? I was such a low vibe person. I had a kick me sign on my back. And I would have kicked me too, because I didn't like myself back then. Those two people kicked me because they saw I'm a victim, kick me. That's what happens in life. When we see people that are in a low vibration, sometimes we don't have patience for them. Sometimes we say, like, what the hell's wrong with you? That's what can happen. And so I don't blame them for kicking me, to be honest with you. I have a book in me called Unbullyable, Change Your Vibe, Change Your Life. And it is dedicated to both of my bullies, because they forced me to leave an inauthentic life, to live my truth. They forced me to rip that kick me sign off my back, to become who I truly am. So that's what happened when I was at my lowest, living with depression, anxiety, and panic. I was a victim. I blame those two people. But then what happened at the end was, I said, if I'm being bullied over here and I'm being bullied over here, who's the common denominator? Me. And if I brought this on, I can undo it. So that is what happened. And I hit my rock bottom, my IBTT moment, which in my course, in my system, it's called I'm better than this. So anyone that's watching, if they've hit their rock bottom and they say to themselves, I'm better than this, IBTT, That is the moment of transformation. You can make a choice and you can make a decision to leave that inauthentic life behind, to reach out to someone that knows, talk to me. I do complimentary clarity calls. If you're serious in your personal development, I'd love to chat with you. Pick up a book, talk to someone that has done this. Follow people on Instagram that raise your vibration. Realize that there's more out there for you. And so it's just, it really is that moment, that IBTT moment, that allows you to transform. So when I did that, oh my God, everything took, like, I left this inauthentic life. I was making six figures. I said, nope, can't do this anymore. And I became a coach, and all of a sudden the system that I'm now using as a foundation piece was divinely gifted to me. And truly, I have not worked a day since that transformation, because I live pure passion and purpose. And I want this for the world, Whitney. I want everyone to live their most aligned and authentic life, to serve the world in a way that only they can. That is my global vision. And my mission, how we get there, is with the Love Your Vibe transformation. It's a personal development solution, because it works with our heart and
I like that. And I'm just going to get into that in a second. But one of the things I just wanted to touch on is I heard you speak about once victimholic. And I thought that's fabulous, because I've never heard that term before. And so for myself, I just so believe in the work that you're doing, because I've seen so many miracles in my life, including my own self, because many years ago, I had the victimholic mind, and I had a whole mindset, and I needed to have, I didn't know that I needed to have a change. I just thought that's the way it was. I say this over and over again, and I'm going to say it again. The rewards and riches that we experience when we sign up with a coach it's just transformational. Your life will change. And finding the right coach is the person that, it might just fall in your lap, or it may be somebody that, you like the person's vibe. For me, the biggest change in my life was Tony Robbins, and he did an intervention on me, and he rewired my mind in this intervention to a place that I can never go back to again. And I had that victimaholic, and that's something that I can talk about another time, but mine was revolving around men and the beliefs that I had. But once he cracked through that, oh my God, my life changed, and I could never go back. And I know that you're doing that work. And that's why I wanted to have you, because some people just can't afford the Tony Robbins approach. I was able to, and it was worth every cent. And both of my daughters did it, and we just can't go back to that way, even if we wanted to. So it's fabulous. It's true that and we don't do this consciously. It's in our subconscious that when we're a victim. So ask yourself, do you ever say to yourself, why is that happening to me again? Why is that happening to me? How many times does this have to happen until I get the lesson? Well, it's going to happen for your entire life until there's somehow this shift. And sometimes we just can't make that shift on our own. We need to go to somebody who can do that shift for us. So my last question is, tell us about your actual business that you've built. I know that you have a few businesses. So talk to us about the one that in the Wallet to Wealth group, and I know we are live streaming on some other platforms, but we are keeping the Wallet to Wealth private again, so I can see comments coming up all over, but the Wallet to Wealth group is private. So any ladies that are speaking in there, it will never be seen anywhere but in that page. But talk to us about what your program is and how easy it is. I know you mentioned that they can call in for just a check-in phone call, which I think is a fabulous idea, because if somebody can just raise your vibe like so quickly, that's the hook, that's the catch. This is somebody that I can work with. So tell us about that.
Oh my God. First of all, I had no idea you worked with Tony Robbins. That is absolutely amazing. And so what an inspiration. So Tony had helped me to get out of a dark place when I went from the lab where I wanted to slip my wrist. I was so unhappy, to become a pharmaceutical rep. And I listened to Tony, and I remember Tony saying to me on the tapes that I was listening to, that's how old I am. And I was saying, he said to me, what is that dream that you dare not dream. You don't, sorry, what is that dream that you have in you that is so precious to you that you dare not even tell another person? And you know what that dream was for me, Whitney?
What's that?
I want to be you, Tony Robbins.
Uh,
And that was many, many years ago. And today I'm an inspirational speaker and I tell my story and I help people to transform. So I'm not quite at Tony's level yet, but I do have a plan in place where the Love Your Vibe transformation is global. It's going to be helping people all over the world. It's a personal development solution. And I was actually talking to a woman. So at my lowest, Whitney, when I was so in such a dark place, depression, anxiety, panic, suicidal ideation, nothing worked anymore. I had done a lot of personal development, but Tony Robbins' teachings didn't work for me anymore. Landmark Education, which was another program I did, it didn't work for me anymore. I was Catholic and those teachings didn't help me anymore. The only thing that helped me get out of my darkness was this thing that was given to me, the Love Your Vibe Miracle Mindset. And so now it's my job to share it with the world. And I'm doing that through beautiful light worker leaders. What's a light worker? Someone who's been to the dark, they found the light, and now they want to help others get there too. They have a story, a message, and magic to share with the world. And they also create a very good income on board my I call it my chic and unique online platform. So these people are basically people that are holding up a torch and they are saying, follow me. I know the way. In fact, I know a shortcut. Who's the only person that can help an alcoholic, Whitney?
Another alcoholic.
Yes. So the only person that can help you out of something is someone who's been there. So each of my light worker leaders, the people that are using my system, they've been to the dark. They found the light and now they want to bring others there as well. So they're creating small communities all over the world doing this work. My course is just the foundation, but their work is the more important piece. And in fact, I was talking to a Hollywood celebrity. She's a musical celebrity about a month ago. And she goes, Elvira, talking to you and hearing about your system, she goes, I understand now why I was never drawn to Tony Robbins and Landmark Education and Bob Proctor. And God bless these people. They're doing amazing things all over the world. She goes, I resonate more with your program. And I believe that I'm going to do it and I'm going to facilitate it one day. And I started to cry because this is a woman that lives in the Hollywood Hills. And I said, what is your global vision? She said, Elvira, I want to see a world where people are not wearing masks. They're being their true authentic selves. And I started crying again because I said, that's mine too. I say it slightly differently. I want people to live aligned and authentic lives. I want them to take off their masks. And so this is a system that is not just using my magic, but it's using everyone's magic. So each unique community needs a different magic to help them get through. And it's a much more affordable way of doing the work because I charge 10 times what one of my mentors does. So that's why this is a powerful system. And it's
1/10, right? Not 10 times, 1/10 of.
1/10, yeah. They charge
the math girl. I'm the math girl.
Yeah. I charge 10 times what they charge, but I do the one-on-one. They do the one-on-many. That's why it's more affordable. So if anybody's curious, have them message me on my coaching page. I have Elvira V Hopper coaching. Maybe we can put it in the comments below, or my the Love Your Vibe transformation page on Facebook. There's one on Instagram as well, the Love Your Vibe transformation. So please connect with me. If you feel that there's something in this for you, if you're like, oh my God, I needed to see this woman today. I needed to hear Whitney's story. I needed to hear her story. And I know that I'm better than this. If they've had their IBTT moment today, where they know that they're worth more than what they've been living, that they have been a victimaholic, that they're ready to tear that kick me sign off their back, oh my God, you're in the right place. So that is what I'd love to share.
Well, this is fabulous. So we're just going to wrap up. And one of the things that I'd like to do, and Elvira and I have talked about it afterwards. So we have been doing, like I said, last year we did 7 live events, workshops, and Elvira would be a great person to have a workshop. So that would be just a 1-hour workshop where we would have people in on a Zoom call, so it wouldn't be live, and it would be getting a taste of what she's doing. But in the meantime, don't wait for that because I'm really busy with a lineup of things to do. Connect with her because I can tell you just from my experience, having that mind shift changing your life from feeling that you're less than, that you don't deserve this, or you're worried about that, or I could never do this, or I'm stuck in my rut, or I only make this much money and I can't. I mean, we, like, as women, I just think that we have it more so, or maybe we express it more so than men, is that we lack the confidence to be able to do the things that we actually can do, you know, like you say, to get out of your own effing way. So please connect and stay in touch. And also on the Wallet to Wealth page, we're always talking back and forth about inspirational things and what worked for us, because we really want to bring all the ladies up in the community so that they can be feeling really good, so they can be in the know of what's the latest, what, you know, what can we do. Find a need. If you are a woman who wants to be wants to make a lot of money, and I have for 35 years, I have a tremendous stable life and income, is to find a need of what another human being needs. Hone in on that, get really good at it, and service, and you will create yourself a fabulous business. And it does start with a mind shift. Here's a woman that can do it for you. So thank you very much. And we're just going to close off our recording. And thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us today, Elvira.
You're amazing. Thank you. Much love to everyone.
We'll talk to you soon. And we'll have another show next Monday morning at 10. Bye-bye.
Bye.